Greetings of the day. In this video, I'm going to discuss about jump statements and functions. While discussing much more clear about jump statements and functions, then we will go to the pattern printing. Then after recursions, I think we will get a good clarity. So that reason, I'm going to discuss about jump statements and functions. Okay. Uh, Initially, I'll explain in the notepad about jump statements. In Python programming language, we are discussing about jump statements. Jump statements are nothing but continue, break, and pass. See why these statements we are going to. We'll use these statements in loops or any conditional statements to satisfy our needs or according to the program. Okay, we will see much more clear with an example. Okay. So in jump statements in Python programming language, one is break and second one is continue and third one is pass. Okay. So by this program, for suppose we are running a loop. Nothing but we are. For suppose user will enter the number, and after entering the number, if the I was reached to the 5, then loop has to be terminated. So if I equal to 5, then loop must be terminated. Okay. So similar, it has to be okay. So that reason we are going to use break statement. Okay. uh, we will see with the example clearly. I'm going to write the code. Okay. I'll wait. I'll make much more clarity. If I okay, n is equals to end of input, enter a number for I in range. For I in range, I'm going to start the loop from 1 onwards. 1 comma, of course, n plus 1. Okay, I'm including that particular number also. Okay. If I equal to 5, or I'll take some 8. Okay, break. So while typing, check, we will get some errors. We might miss some indentations. Don't ever try to copy and paste the code. Why? Because I face some issues while this indentations. Okay. So I print I. Okay. So we will run the code and we will see the output. See, for suppose I'm giving value as for suppose 10. So it will print 1 to 7 numbers, and after 8 onwards the loop will be terminated. So enter the program will be stopped. I'll write here. Program was completed. I'm going to run the code. I think I have to keep the current file. Well, now I'm going to run the code. I'm going to enter the number 12. Okay. Wait a minute. See, we got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I mean 8 was not there and the loop was terminated. Okay, the loop was terminated. So after the I value reaching to the 8, it was I mean the entire loop was will won't be executed. Okay, so it might won't print the print 8 statement also. I mean nothing but 8's 8 also. So then after completion of the loop, we are going to see the print the program was completed. Okay, so this statement will be executed. Okay, this is the case with break. Similarly, and we have one two more statements, nothing but continue and pass. These are, I mean, break, continue, pass. These three are jump statements in Python programming language. So now I'm going to discuss about continue. See why when we are encountering when the I value reach to the 8, I mean it going to reach the 8th iteration. So what might happen? It will going to skip the execution. See, it won't print the 8 value. Again the loop will be executed again. I mean after I mean if I is equals to 8, continue. I mean 8 won't be printed here, and 8 after and I value incremented to the 9, again 9 will be printed. Okay, similarly this is the difference between break and continue. Okay, you just skip that step only, whereas break it will entire stop the program and it will go to the next. So I'm going to run. I'm going to enter 12. So we will check. 8 will be skipped and the rest all numbers will be will get. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 was skipped and 9. Then after 10 and 11, 12. The program was completed. Okay, the program was completed. So I'm going to discuss about one more statement, pass. So I'm going to discuss about, I mean, one more jump statement, nothing but pass. Pass. See, I mean, it is a waste. I mean, I'm just saying it was a waste. Why? Because there is no use of this pass statement. See, we'll execute also. Nothing but if I equal to 8, it will pass to the print I. There is no use of this statement. If we write or if we are not writing also, nothing will happen. So I'm going to run. So the statements will be executed. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I'm going to view the input as 12, and I'm getting 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, so these above three are the jump statement, nothing but break, continue, pass. So as of now, I mean these statements when they'll use for suppose, I mean in basically in web applications we might use more. Okay, as of I mean while discussing about DP, dynamic programming, and I think you might didn't hear these names. I mean people who was familiar with more about DS and gone through and some, I mean they might know. So branch and bound, and whereas these, I mean these statements might mean more much more user in there. Okay, so why? Because in DB there will be a huge block and it will be divided into I mean until the some blocks until it's satisfied. Okay, then the condition will be applied, and again it will be uh, you won't get a clarity. I mean when I'm discussing those topic, you will get an idea. If I say also, you might be confused. So we used these statements mostly there, and in in programming also, I mean where nothing but I might forgot, wait a minute, machine learning concepts also. Okay, so I think you when to use you if you understand how to use and when to use, you can do anything. Okay, as of now I completed this jump statements. uh, Okay, I'm going to discuss about, I mean, I'll give you some introduction about functions. Okay, so people used to say function is nothing but a group of statements or a group of a block of a code we are going to execute. Okay, see why we use functions, and when we don't know, when people won't say clearly. Say, I'll say in a easy manner. For suppose we are executing a multiple blocks a multiple times. Okay, for suppose I'm calculating age of a, I mean, I'm calculating average of student marks. So I'm having set of 30 students. I mean, I won't calculate. I'll take I mean, take all the marks and add and take average. See why to write for every student. We'll write a block to calculate average, and we'll call the statement. Either it will be written a value. Okay, so it make much more simple to us. It make much more simple to us. So by this, I mean, why? Because we are not going to write the code in multiple times. We are writing once, calling n number of times. Okay, write once, use many times. Okay, write once, use many times. Okay, so as of now, when we will say the passing value as arguments. Okay, and whereas the capturing value is a parameter, we'll say parameter. Okay, while explaining, I'll go much more clear. See, for suppose I'm going to add, um, I'm going to calculate some set of students, six student marks. I'll enter manually. I'll get the result. I'll write a basic program. You might be understand. Okay. See, whereas in C programming or Java programming language, we have to mention the return type. Okay, it must be void or int or anything. Say whether here there is no need, I mean, no need to mention the return type. If we are returning a value, we have to use the return keyword. Without using the return keyword, you have to, I mean, return means it is impossible. So when you want to return a value, you just write return and the value. Okay, return and the value followed by its value. Okay, similarly, if not, you can print the value as of our need. I'm going to explain much more clear with simple example. With simple example, I'll create. Wait, I'll explain with. I'll explain with C programming. Then why? Because you will get a good clarity. You'll get a good clarity. Um, I'm going to discuss about functions. No, wait a minute. C programming. So I'm going to write hash include. So this is one kind of syntax. Hash include std dot h int main int main. I'm just mentioning static values. int student 1 marks, int s1 is equals to, I'm just passing calculate marks. I'm going to mention 12, 13, 14. Okay, I'm just calling here. Similarly, int s2 calculate marks 13, 14, 15. Okay, similarly int s3. Okay, int s3 calculate marks. I'll mention 14, 15, 16. Okay, calculate dust remarks. Mention calculate. Okay. After I'm getting the values, printf s1 comma s2 comma s3. Okay, printf and the return 0. So I have to calculate these three. I mean, this there are three students, student 1 and student 2 and student 3, and I'm going to calculate mark. I mean, if I'm going to calculate average, why? Because if you're performing an addition, when people might say that why I need to write a function, just say 12 plus 13 plus 14. So I'm going to calculate the average also. Why? So that reason. So I'm going to make a function call. So I'm going to return the value, no, and calculate. So here this is the function call. This is the function call. Okay. So if I'm writing here, no, this is called function execution. Okay, function execution. Before initially I'm going to define any, I mean, this statement, like I'm going to mention calculate marks int comma hint. So this is called function definition before on. So one, while I am defining function definition, I can use anywhere. Okay, I can use anywhere, but and I'm just to write reduce the code. I'm just discussing about in comparing with the C, and I'll relate into the Python programming language. Okay, to make much more clear. To make much more clear, calculate marks. So I'll say int m1, int m2, int m3. Okay. So I'll make total sum. Int s is equals to, see, we can use same variables here also. To avoid confusion, I'm using different variables. Okay, so why? Because these variables are within the this scope only. Okay, within the this only, within the this in the main function only. So we cannot access these way, I mean, variables here. Okay, with the same value. Okay, I think most of the people familiar with this doubts. Okay, now m1 plus m2 plus m3. Okay, m3. So I'm going to get the sum. I'm going to get the sum value. So return s by 3. S by 3. So this is the basic execution of my, I mean, this calculation, I mean, average of a marks for suppose 12, 13, 14. 12 plus 13, 25, 25 plus 14, what it is, I think 39. So 39 divided by 3. So we'll get some average value and I'm going to return it. So it will be stored in S1, similarly S2 and S3 same. So this is the overall execution flow in C programming language. Whereas I'm going to write this same kind of code in Python programming language. Okay. So I'm going to the topic. Wait. Okay. See, I'll take values I mean, dynamically, or okay, we'll give statically only. When static means I'm going to mention here only. Okay. So, S1 is equals to calculate calculate marks. Okay. 12 comma 13 comma 14. To calculate 13 comma 14 comma 17 is 3. From comma 15 comma 13. Okay. So I'm going to see, this is the function call, no? This is the function call. So I have to write the main function execution. So definition calculate. So I'm getting no, so I won't take this suggestion. Calculate marks. Okay, calculate marks from 1 comma m2 comma m3. See, there is no curly brace here. See, def is nothing but it is a keyword. So I'm going to mention here this is the function. Okay. So by using def keyword, I'm mentioning this is the function. Okay. Without mentioning it is, we cannot. We cannot write a function. Okay. We cannot write a function. Wait, I'm going to execute. S is equals to m1 plus m2 plus m3. Okay, return as by 3. Say average. So average of this marks. So after after execution of this, I'm going to print s1 comma s2 comma s3. See, how much line difference and how much length difference. Code lengths might be decreased, and it was so easy. It was so easy. So I'm going to execution. Okay, wait. I'll make individually. Student one average. Student one average. And then S1. Similarly, this one and this one. Okay. I'm going to run the file. So what I'm getting, what's the output? We'll check here. So student 1 average is 13 and student average is 14 and student 3 average is 13. Okay. See, if we are not mentioning here, if we are not mentioning here, we are returning and a value will be stored here. Uh, we can print the value here also. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Okay, print average. So we'll get 13 and 14 and 15. I'm going to run. I think it was running. See, we are getting 13, 14 and 13. So we are not having any clarity. So that reason we are not. I'm going to just return the value. So that reason it will be stored, and as of my requirement, I'm going to print it. So my control Z. Okay, control Z. So this is the main. See, I'm just saying this is function execution. So this is function call, and here m1, here the 12, 13 and 14 we will say we will say arguments, and we will say the capturing values. The 12 will be captured by m1, and 13 will be captured by m2, and 14 will be captured by m3. So these are the arguments, these are the parameters, and this is the function call, this is the function execution. Okay, by this we are going to execute whole the program. Okay, this is the main and clear view of functions. So we'll decrease the execution of the flow. I mean if the same type of code executing multiple times, we'll write the code at one time, and uh, as of our requirement, we are going to just make a call. If we want to return the value, it will return and it will store. If we don't want any return type, we are going to just print there. Okay, so this is the main flow execution of this. Okay, functions. I was discussed with written and without written. Okay, so in coming session I'm going to discussion about recursion, how to terminate the base conditions. I'm not stressing this of functions. Why? Because I'm just giving only two examples with written and without written. You can practice some more examples which so are easy, like sum of two numbers, you have to call the function and return the value. See, when most of the people aware of that function, so that reason I gone with a simple little bit tough example. It's a easy example. As of now I'm just showing how it will the flow. So I'm giving the static values, you can take dynamic values, no problem. So for our understanding, for our, as for example, for our convenience, I was chosen this example. So I covered two examples of functions with written type and without written type. So make sure, ensure that you practice with multiple examples, then only you'll get. So, and practice the jump statements also, break and pass and continue. So in this week, in this complete session, I was completed about functions and jump statements. So I'm not stressing much more here. These are the arguments, these are the parameters, this is the function call, and this is the function execution. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.